We are live here in Badger Speaks, the Week 3 edition, and we are here to recap Week 2 here with the commish. How you doing, commish?
I'm doing great.
So, the Sicarios and the Fighters. Obviously, a huge trade goes down, and man, did the Fighters look like they got the edge in that one.
You know, the SFL was really given a treat this week. We got to see a huge trade, and we got to see that trade go center stage right against each other, and it looks like Imaginary Fighters got the best of it.
So, Derrick Henry, 6 points in Week 1. This is it. This is the downfall of Derrick Henry. 41 points.
Signature Derrick right there.
Signature Derrick Henry right there. I think the Fighters are going to be a great team here in the future. How do you feel about their future? They play a Weeki-Wachi this week. Do you think they are a top echelon team?
They're a very good team, and I think this week against Weeki-Wachi could make a statement, and it could easily push them into the top.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers looked good. Quarterbacks look good. If the quarterbacks show up for the Imaginary Fighters, they could be the number one team in the league. But the Sicarios, they're at the bottom. 0-2. Are they done?
I mean, it's too early to say anyone's done. It's week 2. I know we're going into week 3 here, but it's not looking good. If you had to say anyone's going to the Dairy Bowl, it would be the Sicarios. But they can get this going. They have Mahomes, they have Kelsey. That part of the trade looks good. The problem is going to be the quarterbacks. You said the stat. You can repeat that stat real quick for us.
21. They're losing 20-1.5 points a game at quarterback, which means the other team is outscoring them by 21 points at the quarterback position. That's unreal.
That is just crazy. That's kind of showing the value of the quarterback this year. I mean, if we didn't know it already. And he's just got to shore up that QB2 position. If he can get that going, maybe that can even out 21 points. I mean, I'm sure he would probably be contenders in both those games if he had those. But
yeah, obviously Justin Fields coming in, so hopefully that leads to a spark. His team looks good. His wide receivers all scored touchdowns. That's what you want to see from your receivers, but obviously not a good start by the Sicarios. The big game of the weekend, Weeki-Wachi and the Do-Si-Do, and man, did the Do-Si-Do look good. 2-0 for the Alabama Do-Si-Do.
Yeah, not a huge score here, but everything is clicking. You can see the pieces are there. The running backs they're doing everything they need to be doing, right? Nothing great, nothing bad, just performing and letting the rest of the team do the rest of the work. You got MVP candidate Kyler Murray looking awesome. D-Hop catching balls. Tyreek had a bad week, and he still won. I mean, that's just quite a show.
Kyler Murray looks incredible. 17th overall pick. Alex, who are you picking? Who are you picking? Kyler Murray just walks off. Give me my freaking quarterback. Typical Alabama Do-Si-Do there. Weeki-Wachi, he went off in week 1. What happened? 96 points?
I talked about how it was just one of the greatest all-around team performances week 1. And then we don't talk about this enough, but Weeki-Wachi and Nate are kind of known for falling apart in week 2, and they did again. But they usually bounce back, so we'll see how they get back on track week 3.
Had some injuries in week 2 as well. Obviously not a good sight for Weeki-Wachi fans there. Big battle in Ika here. Polyester Dynamo falls to 0-1. They're losing their first game ever. 143 points. Unreal. Unreal performance by Polyester Dynamo.
And there was a point, Sunday night, Lamar had, 1 point through the half, and it's looking, ESPN win percentage had a extremely explicit about 70%. And this is halfway through the Sunday night game, and then Lamar just goes for 31 pretty much all in the second half. And then Aaron Jones just needed a point, and he decides to explode as well.
34. 4 touchdowns.
That's the boys right there. That's Lamar Jackson, Aaron Jones.
That is Clay's guys right there. They're actually extremely explicit. Looked really good. They honestly could have been a lot better. All their players scored touchdowns, it looked like. Ryan Tannehill doesn't look good. His running backs don't look great. He needs big performance this week against the Alabama Do-Si-Do. That is going to be the game of the week. And those are the 2 owners that we're going to have here on the interview in the next segment. Thank you for joining us, Commish.
Yep, pleasure.
We're on to the interview. And we are here now with the 2 men in the game of the week. We have Noah of Extremely Explicit. We have Alex of the Alabama Do-Si-Do. We're going to start with Alex here, obviously. You are red hot out of the gate. You got wins against your brother, and you got wins against Nate. How do you feel about the start you just had?
You know, it's always great to say that you're the only 2-0 team in the league. I mean, no one else can say that right now. But, it's not going to stop just here.
No. You won week 1. Wasn't a great performance. This week, you played a little bit better. Unfortunately, you couldn't beat a 143-point performance. How do you feel about your start?
Yeah, I was definitely feeling like I had a chance right around 6 o'clock until Aaron Jones played, or whenever that night happened. But Lamar just kind of put out of reach anyway. So, but it's all right, 1-1. We're tied with most of the league, so we're fine.
So you play Alex. You have anything good to say about his team this week?
obviously he has the best team right now, so we're looking to take him down.
Alex, you have anything good to say about Noah's team?
You know, I mean, you look at every team in the league, you know, it's not bad, but if we're being completely honest, it's dog shit. So,
You gotta respect the intensity. Where do you think this matchup is gonna be won, Alex? Where do you think that you're gonna have to win this to take it?
I think it'll come down. Running backs will be a crucial spot. But I mean, so far the people that have carried my team is Kyler and my wide receiving core, along with the flex. I think I've had the best flex spot this year so far. So it's going to be at those spots. But if I can win the running back matchup, I think it goes to the races.
No, where do you think you had to win this matchup to win?
Well, obviously Kyler's red hot right now. I think if Russ can get within 5 points of Kyler, I think I have a chance.
What's the ideal score of your guys' matchup? How many guys? What do you think the number is?
I think this game's a trench game. I don't think this is a 150 piece. You know, he likes to win those games. I'm gonna say a nice solid hard fought game, 85-84. We win.
Alex?
Well, the same intensity I've kept all since we started. If I don't score 300, I'm going to be disappointed in my matchup. But if we're being realistic, I think if a team can hit the 145 mark, anywhere from 145 to 155, the matchup is yours. You know, it could be a game in the trenches, but I think it's going to be a shootout.
All right. MVP at the exact same time wants to say the MVP of the matchup in 3, 2, 1.
Saquon.
Kyler Murray.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. Any last words for each other?
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, buddy.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. Up next, we have Badgers predictions. And for the last segment here in this week's edition of Badgers Speaks, we have Badgers predictions. And I went 3-0 last week, undefeated. I went 5-1 on the season so far, and we're looking to make it 8-1 here in week number 3. The game of the week this week is between the undefeated Alabama Do-si-do and the 1-1 extremely explicit at home in this one. I expect that to play a factor, especially on Monday Night Football, because that is where this matchup's going to be won. Zeke and Amari Cooper going up against Miles Sanders on Monday. That's going to be fun to watch. Expect the battle here to be at running back. Obviously, Noah and Extremely Explicit should have the advantage, but he needs to win that battle by a large margin. But I just think the advantages that the Do-si-do have at quarterback, at wide receiver, and I expect tight end this week to be important as well. I have the Do-si-do taken at 126, 121. George Kittle going to show up big this week. Up next, we have a huge battle in Division Can here between the 1-1 Imaginary Fighters and the 1-1 Weeki-Wachee. This is going to be a fun one to watch, especially at the wide receiver position. DK Metcalf and A.J. Brown's going to be a critical matchup in this one. The nasty whiteouts going against each other, and I expect A.J. Brown to have a huge week. 134, 124. Weeki-Wachee gets the 2-1 in week 3. And last up, we have a battle between the 1-1 Polyester Dynamo and the Sicarios. And honestly, Elijah's getting a lot of stuff in this matchup to go his way because he doesn't look very hopeful going into this week. But he does have favorable matchups. Obviously, he has Patrick Mahomes, which is obviously a huge one. He's also got Travis Kelce. Those two together are going to need to absolutely blow up for the Sicarios to have a chance. But I do have Polyester Dynamo going with the high score of the week, 136-118. The gritty man is going to get on track in week 3. Thank you for joining us here in week 3. Good luck tonight, good luck Sunday, and everyone have a fun time on Monday because it's going to be fun to watch.